Hey, what's up everybody? I'm going to show you exactly what happens when a student is doing something different than when I taught them. Cue the music. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys check out my online learning portal at Ensemble Block. You can see over here, you can pause the video, loop it. It has music notation that goes with it. So make sure you check that out. Click the link in the description below, and I'll see you guys inside the portal. All right, if you guys are finding me for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, red button down below that says subscribe. That way you're notified anytime I put out a new video in regards to the marching arts, marching bands, drum lines, inter percussion, drum corps, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single upload. Now also make sure that notification bell is ringing as well. That way for sure you'll be notified anytime I put out a new video. So subscribe, make sure that notification bell is ringing, and let's get to the video. Okay, so recently I had an experience where I was teaching a private lesson student, and they were doing something different than what I've taught them before, because this is something they learned, at an online percussion camp for a particular group or drum corps, right? So independent group and stuff like that, right? And it had to do with their taps. And I'm gonna show you that clip. I got permission from the student to show you this clip, from the lesson, and I'm gonna show you that interaction right now. I get a feeling you're using a little bit too much arm on the taps. So
okay. Yeah, that's a Spartans thing.
Oh, thank you for telling me that then. Okay.
Yeah. So they really emphasized it honestly was really weird for me when they first said this, but to me it was like a game changer because my taps no longer feel to me I was doing it just
a little more control.
It feels like the weight you're putting behind it, because I'm still using my wrist, but I'm also using the weight of my arm to give it just a little bit more
Sure.
Because what they say is we want our pianos to still be really soft, but we also want them to project all the way to the box.
Sure.
Even though they're pianos, so and honestly, that, I don't know, that made my hand feel so much better, and
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it was
weird.
Yeah, it was weird at first, but
keep doing it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
So yeah, totally.
Okay, sweet.
Because we've done it my way already for a while. So like I said, I don't believe my shit is the best. So just try that, and then if it works for you, and you believe in it, and then maybe I'll explore it too myself, right? And just because I've never really explored it that way. So when I say something you're doing it too much like this, I don't mean for it to come off as this is wrong,
right?
Yeah, so
you're saying as compared
based
to the
on
way
my
I would do it.
experiences and based on the way I teach, that's why I say that. Yeah. So as you can see, it's just for me, I always try to make it so that anytime I have a private lesson student, I always defer to whatever the student is learning from a group that they want to march at, or something they are, or a group that they're currently in, right? So it's always okay, try my way, first, and then if you like it, cool, use it maybe down the road, or use it, however you want. And then if you learn something that totally contradicts it at another place, and you want to make that group and stuff like that, then of course you should go with what they tell you to do. Don't say, hey, Carl told me to do this, I'm going to stick with that. Don't ever do that, right? And then if you happen to say, all right, well, Carl's way is not as good, or it doesn't work for me as well as this other thing I learned, I'm not going to sit here and be get my feelings all hurt because you didn't do what I told you to do, or you didn't do what I taught you to do. It's all about you, okay? For me as a teacher, my priority is you. The thing that I'm most interested in is your own growth, and if that means that you don't do something that I taught you to do, for the sake of your own betterment and your own growth, that's the thing that should happen, right? So and I've learned this, just in the many years that I've gone and played in other places and encountered other teachers. The best instructors I've found have always, has always been humble, and has always said, my way isn't necessarily the best way or it's the right way. It's just a way, it's a different way, right? So, but just, you know, since you're here, since you're learning from my way, try my way first, right? And then, you know, let's, you can decide later what you want to do with it, right? And well, that's actually a caveat that I've added, which is just like, you know, I mean, especially since like if we're not in a group or anything like that, it's just a private one-on-one lesson. I always tell you, you know, try my way. Maybe you can use it, maybe you don't, but hopefully it'll make you better overall. And then, you know, whatever you learn later on, always be open, just like you've been open to my philosophies, and then see, you know, what you like. See, incorporate which, you know, I've always, you know, approached my drumming approach as something as like a hybrid of everything I've learned from different instructors. I've taken a little bit of something from this instructor and this instructor. Maybe it's just the way they say something. Maybe it's their humor. Maybe it's you know, an exercise they taught me. Maybe it's a technique that they taught me. I always took a little bit of each thing that I learned from each instructor that I liked, and then that's kind of what makes up my you know, drumming approach and my terminologies and my philosophies and all that stuff, right? So hopefully that's gonna be the case for you as you grow and get better throughout your drumming career. So I guess the lesson of the day is always be humble, and you know, don't think that there's only one way, or it's the best way, or it's like the right way. It's just a way. Does that make sense? All right, so just think of about that as a different picture. Everybody does something a little bit different, right? And it doesn't mean that one way is better than the other. It's just everybody does something a little bit different, that's all, right? Or if something works better for this person or this group, that way just works better for them. And that's just how they do it, that's why, right? So no need to, you know, because there is a lot of that going on where it's just like, well, the way I taught is the only way, it's the best way. And those are the most immature minds. It's the most immature way to look at the drumming world, is to just think that your way is the best, or that your way is the correct way, everything else is wrong. Okay, so cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a huge favor, hit that like button down below. If you have any questions or comments or would like to add to this conversation, leave that in the comments below as well. And if you have not subscribed yet, after I told you to subscribe, make sure you subscribe right now so that you can get and see videos just like this one. And if you feel like this video could help somebody else out, make sure you share this video with them. Share it on all your social media platforms so that more people can think like, you know, their way is not the best way, that there's different ways out there, and you know, it's doesn't mean one way is better than the other. Okay, it's all good, it's all different, and we can all learn a little something from every approach, every philosophy, every style, every you know, idea. Okay, so cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. You should watch more of my videos by clicking over here and then subscribing over here. Peace. I'll catch you guys on the next video.